Okay, so let's try this again, guys. Yesterday was a good day. We got a lot done, and you'll see some of that footage in here. However, what you won't see is any of the conversations I had with the camera,
Nope.
that David had with the camera,
Yep.
is practicing guitar, because
Somebody
somebody
could
who
have been either one of us. Could have been one of the dogs. We don't know. However, the camera got muted.
well, I don't know if it was muted or the fact that it was recorded in slow motion.
That could have been a problem
So
too.
that's
Yeah.
fun. So one of us messed up and recorded the whole day in slow motion with no audio.
I'll take the bullet because
No, you won't. It was 100% me.
I mean,
It was 100% me. He had absolutely nothing to do with it. I am disappointed though, because I had a lot of really good conversations with anybody that's watching and myself about how hard this is, you know, and why we're doing it. And it's not for anybody but us. I talked about how difficult it is for me hearing my own voice and watching myself on camera and my insecurities and, you know, analysis paralysis with a lot of our projects, and just, you know, staying motivated to do it, but doing it for us because it is starting to hold us accountable. And we really need that. We both, I talked about how we both work really stressful jobs with long hours.
we get lazy in the evenings.
We get lazy in the evenings, and come the weekend, you know, we always end up getting a lot done, but
It's kind of like a squirrel sometimes.
It
Let's
is.
do a little of this, and not a lot of anything.
right.
So-
But I mean, and it's one of those things you have to look at over the long term. My sister tells me all the time, she's like, because I don't feel like I've done anything here since we moved in, but she's, you know, people from the outside, they see the changes, but living in it day to day, I don't see it. It's harder. So this too is good for that. I can look back and say, oh crap, we have come a long way. I talked about my iron and some of the health issues I have. I have really critically low iron, and I just had my second infusion
In a month.
in a
Or
month.
less than a month.
Yeah, last Wednesday. So it's kind of starting to make me feel better. Give me more energy, allow me to do physically what I want to do up in my head. And I'm hoping this one lasts longer. I go back in August, but so, I mean, that's just been some of our struggles, and, you know, we all have struggles. We all need motivation of some sort, whatever we take that from. And for me, this is motivation. It's physically seeing in a short amount of time the changes we've made. And by short amount of time, I don't mean that we're getting things done quickly, but I can condense it down, you know, into a few clips and look back at it and see, okay, we are getting things done.
And it's also helping us, you know, roundabout way motivate each other more. Not that we weren't anyway,
Right.
but you know,
We feed off of each
we
other
feed
a
off
lot.
of each other a lot.
If
and
one of
we're
us
like,
is lazy, the other one
picks up, and vice versa, or versa vice.
versa.
And so, starting to film these things, it also gives us, like, we need to get video up, we need to get recorded, we need to get it edited, da 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 da. So let's get started on it and do it. And so it's given us, and we realize too that we can't do any of that if we're not filming. And so it's helping us too to like have the camera around all the time and just kind of record anything we're doing, because you never know when something we're doing is going to be useful, right?
It's going to be something that we're going to want to look back
Right.
on.
We're going to want to look back on it because, like you said, it gives us kind of like a video diary of what we've done around here and what, you know, our progress on project A, B, C, And so that way we can look back and go, okay, this is where we are, and go, we have done quite a bit. Even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes, you're,
Right.
like yesterday, and I don't think we filmed much of this, but I spent.
We didn't film any of it, but I talked about it.
Talked about it. I spent what felt like 1,600 hours on the yard yesterday because it needed really bad. We had so much rain the past couple of weeks, and I hadn't been able to mow or anything because it was so wet. And so yesterday I just got out there and just spent, it was at least 4 hours just doing it.
You mowed. I got a lot of
She
weed
got a lot of
eating done.
weed eating done. And
I recorded, and I'll insert clips. Sorry about the air conditioner. Insert clips of, I redid the little, I guess you could call it a bed along the brick wall. Looks so much better. I didn't redo it. I cleaned it up. I got a lot of stuff out of our little circular planner, and I'll go back through when we're done because it's overcast today, so I might be able to get better footage of all of the peppers. Like, look at all of the peppers. I mean, we're absolutely covered up in peppers and tomatoes. Not sad about that.
not sad about that. Nope.
Not sad about that.
At all.
And we got a special delivery yesterday, which will also insert a clip.
Yes.
Our quail eggs came
Quail
in.
eggs came, and we're putting them in the incubator today, probably in about 2 to 3 hours. Start that process. Hopefully we'll get, I'll be happy if we get like a half hatch rate, 50% on that the first time. That'd
We
be
got
great.
60 eggs.
Got 60 eggs. So if we get 30 out of it, I won't be sad at all. They say you like to get about 75% or so the first time. So
And where we ordered from, they have like a, supposedly like a 90-something% hatch rate, but we'll see. Anyway, that's going to be a whole thing. We're going to film, receiving them to the incubation period, and we'll probably put out a video, when they start hatching, and then we'll do one of the brooding process. And then once we get them out in their cage, and we'll talk about, what our plans are with them, because the she shed's going to come into play eventually.
That's something that we're hoping. We're totally new at this. We've had people that we know that have done this before, and it's been they've been pretty successful at it. You can do a lot of things with the quail. So this is going to be a total learning process for both of us, literally step by step.
Much like the filming, and the editing.
It's something we're really excited about. It gives us something else to focus on, concentrate on, and learn about. So that's something we're really excited about. Hopefully it will turn out well. It's going to turn out well. It doesn't matter how many tries it takes, but we're going to get this for sure.
So I'll take you around and kind of show you a couple of things we did yesterday, and also after this I'll have some footage inserted, and then...
And she totally redid like part of our storage cabinet yesterday.
Yeah, our pantry. I don't know if I'll show any of that because I didn't get a lot done, but we'll see. It
Well,
looks better.
Well,
It looks better. Anyway, so we will get back with you at the end of the day.
Be sure to hopefully have audio on.
Yeah, and...
I'm so sad because I spent like 20 minutes filming me playing guitar, and it was very bad. And I want y'all to see how bad I am, but I may re-record it at some point. We'll just see. I'm going to decide if I'm going to put y'all through that or not, or whatever. It may have been a blessing in disguise that I got muted, but we'll see. Maybe.
Anyway, so we're going to take you around with us a little bit today too, and we tried. We tried.
Hey, if you get a great laugh out of it, fantastic. As long as you get something out of it, that's all we want. So, but yeah, we'll take you around today and show you what we're doing and what we've done yesterday, and go from there.
All right. We'll see you in a little while, guys.
Bye.
Okay, so yesterday I got out here and cleaned this out. Pine needles are my nemesis. I talked about that yesterday. As soon as we can get the rest of the pine trees on our property cut down, we're going to throw a party because they are horrible. something has Max's attention. But anyway, I came in here yesterday, pulled out the weeds, got out most of the pine needles, and laid down just a thin layer of mushroom compost. This area right here, because there did used to be bricks here, is mostly sand, which is great for everything I have planted here, but it didn't look so great. So now it looks better, and portulaca or purslane is doing really well. Everything is spreading nicely like I want it to, getting filled in. So yeah, I'll have to probably do this again next weekend, but who cares? At least it looks nice today. And then over here, I think I'll be able to get a good view of all of the peppers. Look at these peppers. They are everywhere. They're everywhere. So real happy about that. I got a lot of the snapdragons cleaned out. The cosmos are just absolutely going crazy. There's a big hole right there, but I'm okay with that. This one is finally starting to put on a bunch of peppers. You see all the little baby peppers up here. There's a bigger one right there. We've got some. Oh, what are these peppers called? My mind just went blank. No, the I want to say portobello, but they're not portobello. Those are mushrooms. Poblano. Gosh, poblanos. Thank you, David. So I got a lot of that cleaned out, and it's just looking fantastic. Look at these bottle rocket peppers. I mean, they're just, there's dozens of them, and I need to come in here and stake these up. That will get done today. But yeah, we got a lot done yesterday.
Maybelline, no, stop.
So one thing we didn't get done yesterday while David's chasing Maybelline is cleaned up out here in our driveway. We've had bags of mulch, compost, all kinds of stuff stacked right here. We had some PVC piping that we used to shore up the beds. We've had, you can see this, I'll get closer, a fencing back there that we took off of our neighbor's property, built a compost bin. It was trash. He was supposed to trash it anyway. Built a compost bin, and we've got some left over, so we're just going to kind of move that out of the way just to clean up this area. It is a pine needle paradise. So let's do it, David. This is another area that's been driving me crazy. This is the entrance we use every single day. David, I work from home, so leaving the house is not something I prefer to do. Or leaving the property, I should say. Regardless, this is where we get deliveries. It's the main entrance to the house, and it just looks awful. The bricks will eventually be redone. But that's ways away. But in the meantime, I mean, it's covered in weeds and pine needles and a tarp that we need to move. This is where we have our firewood during the winter. It needs to be moved, so let's get it cleaned up. Sitting down, taking a break to cool off while David's gone to the store to get something that, of course, I forgot to add to our Walmart order that's going to be here an hour and a half, 2 hours from now. And I was beating myself up about it, and it reminded me of something that I actually sat down and talked about yesterday that's been on my mind. But of course you didn't hear that because I wasn't recording correctly, which also ties into this, and it's grace. My therapist and I have been talking a lot lately about my inability to give myself the same grace that I try to give others. I think we all, well, I hope we all, are more understanding of others' struggles and shortcomings and yada yada yada, but when it comes to our own, we tend to beat ourselves up a little bit more than we deserve, and I know that I'm certainly guilty of that. I spend a good majority of my life beating myself up for, not living up to my standards that are way too high. And it's not doing me any good. It's paralyzing at times. I was listening to a podcast the other day about self-proclaimed perfectionists and how really that's just an excuse for not getting things done. I didn't, complete this because it wasn't perfect, or I can't start that until everything's right. And I'm certainly guilty of that excuse, but I'm also very guilty of just beating myself into the ground when things don't go the way that I think they should go. Perfect example, I had a boss a few years back that, she told me in one of my reviews, she said, I don't ever have to get on to you for anything because I know that as soon as you know something went wrong or you messed up, you're going to beat yourself up way more than I could ever, chastise you or get on to you or to correct you. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I tend to take it to extremes. So I'm working on that. And so that's one thing that I'm hoping by doing what David and I are doing, filming our lives, will help me work on that. I said, I think this morning, we're doing this for us. If we get followers, great. It would be good for us in the sense that we just moved to a new area. Of course, we have friends back home, but building a community of people, that we can learn from, that can learn from us, that's exciting. But at the end of the day, this is for us. And that's how it should be. I would love to look back 5 years from now, like we talked about this morning, and think, gosh, we did that. We did that. And I think we'll get there. It's just a learning curve, and I think this will help us. So, I'm going to get back to cleaning up the patio until David gets back. And we got to finish the pool, blow off the patio, and then we are done outside for the day. David's got his podcast to film yet. I want to thinking about making some bread or cookies or something sweet for David. He's a sweet eater. Chocolate is his thing, so we'll see what we get done. But we've also got to get the quail in the incubator in about 2.5 hours. Excuse me, in about 2.5 hours. So we'll definitely take you along for that. Hi guys, so we made it back inside. It's about 3 o'clock. Today has gone by so slowly, and it's so nice when you have days like that. We're still about an hour out from putting the quail in. We're trying to get the humidity right. So I took a shower, David's about to shower, and then I'm gonna do some editing while he films his podcast. So I gotta remember to link it down below this time if you haven't watched his podcast. It's the Marlar Music Show. It's fantastic. So enjoy watching him practice. Are you gonna practice?
I'm probably going to refilm the guitar I did yesterday.
Okay.
If you want to use it for this. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not going to use it on my show just yet.
Okay. All right. He might practice. He might not. We'll see. Okay. So this is going to be a little awkward, but we're going to get it done. Ooh. I was hoping that the turner would be back in
Should we turn it back?
No, you really can't. I think we've got plenty of room, so I'm gonna spread them
out.
Spread them all out a little bit. Boy, we have a broken one. I just noticed it. Can you see the hole?
Yep.
So, right now we're at 59, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least on the chicken eggs, I know you're supposed to keep them away from the motor. Yeah. So, kind of follow suit with that. We keep talking about, do everything quickly so that, the heat and humidity stays right, but this is hard to do quickly. Some of these are just too big to go down where they're turned, which kind of worries me a little bit. So I think I'm going to keep them all on the top. Come across a couple that I don't expect to hatch because I thought these were all pointy side down, and come across a couple that weren't. That'll be fine. All right. Today is day 0. They are all in their new little home. And in 17 days, we should have some babies.
How's it going, everybody? So I just thought I'd give you a little insight into my new hobby. It is guitar. For those of you all that know me, I'm a big music fan. I love rock music, heavy metal especially. But I appreciate all types for the most part. Some of it I think's crap, but anyway. And so I got a guitar about 3 months ago. I've always wanted to learn how to play guitar. I never really had a chance. When I was a teenager in high school, I had friends that learned musical instruments or whatever, and my family really didn't have the means for that. We probably could have afforded the guitar itself, but back in the mid to late 80s, learning guitar cost a lot of money because you had to go get lessons from somebody unless you knew somebody that knew how to play that was willing to teach you for free, which I did not. I've always thought over the years, since then, it'd really be nice to know how to play guitar. I didn't have the time. I kind of had the resources, but not the time so much. I don't have a lot of time now. But it's something I decided to pick up, and I thought, there are many guitar players I love. I've got a lot of favorites, and I've always thought to myself, how do they do that? Obviously they're good at what they do. How did they get that good? Well, obviously years of practice. I probably play a couple, 3 hours a week, or I say play, mess around. I've took some lessons online in terms of YouTube videos and stuff that's out there for free. I've learned a little bit. It's slow go, but it's nothing I'm trying to make a living at or anything. It's something I want to do to kind of scratch that itch, and it can be a stress relief too. One of those things that kind of decompress in the day after a hard day of work or whatever. And just try to see if I can be a little creative. So anyway, that's where we're kind of at with it, and I just wanted to take a minute to so hold your ears. This is not going to be anything that's going to blow up the internet or YouTube necessarily, although it'd be nice if it would. It might, just because of how bad it is. We'll see. I thought I'd play a couple things that I've learned or whatever, and yeah, just kind of see. It also gives me a chance to watch myself on video as well and critique it. So here we go. That's it. Pretty simple. I mean, for me it wasn't, but for most guitar players it'd be like, oh, that's nothing. And then there's a few things from some other artists I've learned that, like really small stuff and really just very beginnings of certain songs. So one you might recognize is, make sure I get this right here, and hope I can do it right the first time. I have trouble with this from time to time until I get warmed up. This is the very opening to Bob Seger Main Street. It goes something like this. kind of got it right, close. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time, taken up enough of it. I've probably bored you to death. Totally understandable. I just want to give you a little insight into one of my hobbies. As you watch mine, Lee's Our New World channel. I've got other things I do. You know, I work out a few days a week. That's mainly because I'm a diabetic, and I try to keep my blood sugar down through that. That way I can eat more of what I want. And I also bowl. And so who knows, bowling season, I bowl in the fall and winter. And right now that's kind of, we're on a break. I'll start back in about a month and a half. So who knows, I might take you on that adventure one night just to kind of see how I do. But anyway, just wanted to give you a little bit of insight into my little guitar world here. And as we go along, if I get better, I may do it again. Or if y'all tell in the comments, please don't show that again, then I won't do it. I won't put you through it. So anyway, we will see y'all in a little while. Bye.
You gonna let Dad sit? You gonna let Dad sit down for just a minute? Just a minute. Dad, I don't think she's gonna let you sit down.
Can Daddy sit next to Mom for a few minutes? No? You like Mama rubbing? Like Mama rubbing?
I'm gonna rub her belly. I'm gonna rub her belly. She's been lonely today, even though she had her little sister here.
Yeah, but I was inside most of the day, guys. It was too hot out there for me, because I'm a queen and all, and I just can't handle the shit. It's tough, guys. It's hot. It's summer.
Come make your way in. See what she does. She's like, no, Dad, don't do it, Dad. Come on. Come on. You can see your voices. You can see your voices. Okay.
You got your big girl. You got your big cute girl. Yeah, you're the best girl. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The happy dog. The happy dog.
Tiny baby's getting jealous.
No, I'm trying to get the rest of this food,
You
guys.
stay off of there.
I'm trying to get the rest of this food, guys. And now she wants to play.
And now she wants to play. All right, guys. It's the end of the day. We're going to keep this short. Video's already way too long.
It
but,
is.
you know, we had fun. It was a good day. It was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend. It was too short, but it always is.
Yeah, I used no clips from yesterday. It was all today, but we did it.
We did it.
We met our goal, and that's all that matters. So,
We hope y'all enjoy watching us go through today. It was supposed to be the weekend, but today.
yeah.
And hopefully you'll get some enjoyment out of it, or if you can't fall asleep, put it on, and
All right.
that should solve everything.
All right. So, we are going to turn off the lights, watch a show, and go to bed because it is past my bedtime already. And play with the pups. So, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.